What's going on, YouTube? So I want to quickly teach you how to transform your basic minor chords into a dope passing chord with, it's probably going to take 4 steps. I'm guessing probably 4 steps, and that's it. And it's going to change the way you play. Okay, so if you know how to play a minor chord, you're in luck. So what we're going to do is we're going to start in the key of C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, back to the 1. So we have C, D, E, F, G, A, B. Back to our C. And in degrees, it's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Back to the 1. And now we're going to do a 2, then we're going to do a 5, and then we're going to do a 1. Now we're going to form chords around this 2, 5, 1. Okay. Now the reason before we form the chord, the reason why you want to do a 2, 5, 1 is because if I'm playing a basic progression, right? And I want to go back to my 1 chord, and I go to the 6, to the 5, to the 4. Instead of just going straight back to our 1 chord, I could do a 4 to the 2 to the 5, 1. Now this just adds dynamic to your playing, and it adds this gospel jazzy feel to your playing. Now it's not as difficult as some may have you think. Okay, I'm gonna show you, if you know how to play a minor chord, I'm gonna show you in literally 3 or 4 steps how to transform your minor into a 2, 5, 1 passing chord. Okay, I'm gonna show you right now in the key of C. Okay, so we said C, D, E, F, G, A, B, right? In this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, so we're gonna have our 2 chord. We're gonna play our 2 as a minor. Okay, so our 2 chord's gonna be a minor. Now from this point on, we could keep the root note in our left hand, just a single note for now. And I'll teach you some other stuff with the left hand. But for right now, form this D minor. The first step is to add the 7th note in the minor scale. Okay, so if we look at this D up here, right? So if we play a D minor like this, all we have to do with this D is walk it down walk it down a whole step, and that gives me the C. Now that gives me a D minor 7. That's step 1. So add the C. You're gonna want the C right here. Okay. Now you could invert it later, but for right now, let's keep it root position. Okay. So look, now to form a D minor 7, it just consists of the root note, the minor 3rd, the perfect 5th, right, and then the minor 7th. That gives me, so whatever key you want to play in, just add the root note, the minor 3rd, the perfect 5th, and then the minor 7th. You have the D minor 7 right here. All right, that's step 1. Step 2 is to take this A, or whatever other key you play in, take the 5th note, right? This is the perfect 5th. Take the 5th note and walk it down a half step. Okay, now that gives me a D minor 7 flat 5. So that's step 2. So this is my 2 chord, and let's keep the root here, okay, in the left hand. Now you can play just the root, or you can play a tritone in your left. I like to play a tritone right here for this position. Boom, tritone. So to find a tritone, start on your root and walk down 3 whole steps. 1 whole step, 2 whole steps, 3 whole steps. Gives me a tritone. So for our 2, we could play a single D or play a tritone. So let's reform our chords. So we have the minor 7th, and then let's take this A and walk it down a half step. Take the 5th note. That gives me a D minor 7 flat 5 right here. All right, so that's our 2 chord. Now to get to our 5 chord, it's 1 more step and you're there. Listen, just take the C right here in your right hand and walk it down a half step. This gives me a D diminished 7. Now we're gonna play a G now, because this is what's our 5th note? No, we're doing a 2, 5, 1. So what's our 5? It's this G. Add the G. When you add the G, it gives you a G dominant 7 flat 9. I do this all the time. I do this all the time. Boom. G dominant 7 flat 9. And then we go to our 1 chord. So what we have is, to start, is boom. Do you hear it? I do it all the time as passing chords. I always do 2-5-1s. 2-5-1. Simple. All right, let me show you another example. So if I'm trying to get to this A chord right here, in the key of A, what's the second note? It's this B. What's the fifth note? It's this E. So we're going to do the same thing I just told you, but going to the A, okay? So we're going to do 2-5-1. Now the A in this case, what we're going to is going to be a minor chord. I'm going to show you that it still works, okay? So look, let's take our 2 chord and make it minor, right? So we know how to play a B minor, okay? This is a B minor chord. If you know how to play a B, to find your minor, just flat the third note. Just go down a half step, right? That gives you your minor. Now we're going to add the equivalent right here, B octave right here. And what did I say? Step 1 is to go down a half or a whole step. So now that gives me a B minor 7. Okay. And then the second step is to flat the third note. The third note, or sorry, not the third note, to flat the fifth note, or to go to the left a half step with the fifth note. Okay, so this is the fifth note. We're going to go right here. That gives me a B minor 7 flat 5. So now I have my B in my left hand. So my B, I could play a tritone in the left. So what do we say? 1, 2, 3. Walk down a 3 whole steps. That gives me my tritone. So in my right hand I'm playing this, left hand I'm playing this. Okay, so what do we say? 2, then move this note down a half step, then play our 5 chord or 5 note on the left, 5, then 1. In this case I'm just playing an A minor 9. You don't have to do that. You can play a regular A minor. Okay, so it works with minor chords too. So you hear that? So those are your what's how many steps was that? I didn't even count the steps. All right, so we started here. This 1, this is 2, and this is 3. Guys, 3 steps to transform your basic minor chord right here. This is a basic minor chord. 3 steps just to transform it and make it a dope passing chord. Stop playing, man. Let's go. Anyways, hopefully you found this video useful. Thank you guys for watching. Practice this with whatever key you want to play in. Like, just try it out with other keys. Like, I could pick a random, like, different. All right, let's go G. Okay, this is G minor, right? Boom, playing this G minor. Walk down, step 1, right? Walk down a whole step, boom. And then take my 5th, right? And go down a half step. And that gives me my, right here. Okay, so this is my 2. Here's my 5. Where's my 5? What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so this is my 2, 2, 5, 1. It works. I just did it for you. Okay, so try it out. So when you play, just work on that. Boom. So 2-5-1. Anyways, appreciate y'all watching. Have a good one. Peace.